Hey guys, welcome back to another What If here. Today I'm doing, well, it would be my first ever crossover What If and my second ever fairy tale What If. As yes, it is going to mainly focus on the fairy tale universe. And anyway, so this What If is called What If Naruto was sent to the fairy tale universe, or as it's in probably the title and the thumbnail, what if Naruto was sent to fairy tale world? Though I meant universe. Anyway, so let's get into this. So the war was won, the war was over, everyone was happy, and well, Naruto and Sasuke just had that fight. Sakura held their hand, they were tired to say, and yet the Sage 6 Pass was still there, still sitting, floating, as all nine-tailed beasts would become crashing back down, though they'd be looking at their father in curiosity. Kurama would say, "Father, why are you still here?" As you'd look over to Kurama and go, "Kurama, my son, I've got something to do before I leave." Kurama would nod and go, "Well, what is it?" So he'd go, "You'll all find out. You'll all find out now, my children." As Sakura would help Naruto and Sasuke to their feet and help them over to where the Sage 6 Path is, though Naruto would, well, everyone would kind of stay outside the circle of the tailed beasts, still obviously close enough to hear them, as he would motion for Naruto to come closer, and Naruto would walk in, as he would actually move back a tiny bit, enough so that pretty much both of them were practically, if you looked from above, all nine-tailed beasts were in a circle, and at the centre was Hagoromo Otsutsuki, the Sage of Six Paths, and Naruto Uzumaki, the saviour of the world. And he would look at Naruto and go, there's a mission I've got for you, though you can decline it, but before you accept, Naruto, my child, know this: you'll be sent to another universe, and there is no way back. You'll be going there. You most likely be younger, though I'm not sure how young. Though I just not to think about this, to think and go, well, why me? Why not say Sasuke, or I don't know, Kakashi Sensei? As look at Naruto and go, it's because you, unlike any other person, you can understand, you're willing to accept. You're very good at some stuff, Naruto, that is so key that those other ninjas, the other people here but wouldn't fit. They wouldn't be able to properly adjust. So Naruto would nod and think as he'd go, while Sasuke would then stop up and go, Naruto, whilst I know I haven't been the greatest of friends to say, but I think I know from everyone here that we'll know, go save the world. I think truly your real dream wasn't to become Hokage, but it was to save the world, to so that nobody would ever live the life you did. So nobody will, people would have some child would have a family, a mother, a father, maybe even a sister and brother, so that the world could know true peace. I think that was your true goal in life. Your true dream was to bring the world to peace. And I would say you've accomplished that. I'd say to you to move on to another world, another universe. If it's calling out for help and only you can help, I would go for it, Naruto. And like this, we're safe now. We don't have to worry. And plus, we're all strong. We'll once you leave, we'll train, become stronger, much stronger. So the next time we meet, be it in the afterlife, you can show us what you have learnt. As Kuma would then speak and go, well, okay, don't forget I'll be with you whilst the old man may be able to extract the the 8 tails here from his Jinchuriki without dying. Well, he can't do it for you, he can't do it for me, as you'd die, as our souls are connected. So as you're my Jinchuriki, I will go with you, and well, we can experience that new world together. You'll at least have one person with you that you'll know. The other tailed beast would look at him but I would go, oh, I didn't know the great 9-tailed fox could care so much about someone that was, what was it, weaker than them? Weaker than him? Screw would get red and go, I don't. As the door jack like that. As no, don't go. Thank you, Krummer. Thank you so much. I know we may have at first not been at the greatest of times, but thank you. So look to the sage and go, well, old man 6 paths. Seems like I'll be taking it. Seems like I'll be going to another world where they call for help. I will answer it. I will come to help them, save them. Hagrom would nod as you would look to everyone else and go, any last words for any of yous? As they would shake their heads and as they go, just, bro, be yourself, Naruto. Be yourself and things will work out. They did here. You, no matter how people tried to manipulate you, change you, drive you insane, you remained yourself, Sakura would say. As Naruto would smile and go, thank you, Sakura. As Kakashi would step forward and go, your parents should be proud, Naruto. They I can say that they would definitely be proud and tell you to go for it, to save another universe and save them from what may trouble them. As Naruto nod as Hagron would go, I forgot. There was one more other thing I was meant to do. As everyone would just look at him. As he'd go, well, as you have accepted this, he'd snap his fingers as Naruto would gain his right hand, as he would make fist, as he'd even touch it, poke it as it back, as even Sasuke would do the same with his left hand, not poke it, as they would look at him as like, well, Sasuke, you'll be the protector of this rather than Naruto. Well, you're gonna need both your hands to, obviously, like, for where she'll be going as Naruto's Kuma would then start to be pulled inside of Naruto, then he'd vanish. As Sakura would go, well, my child, be safe. And, well, I wish of you the best of lucks. As Naruto would nod before and after that Hagron would start a series of hand signs before finishing it, as Naruto would start to glow and disappear, as Naruto would say, well, to you guys, hope you live long and happy lives, and well, keep the peace, as he would vanish, as everyone would have a tear in their eye. That would be the last time they'd probably ever see kind of as knuckle-headed ninja, the ninja that saved the world, the true god of shinobi, and as currently in an unknown world. The year is 1 second. The year was in that world X772. I was on an island. This island is known as Tendril Island, Fairy Tale's own island, with a great tree. As currently a girl would be of who knows how old, though she looks like she's only she looks like in her 20s at most, 18 years old, as she'd be walking around, as she'd then see a bright light, and she'd smile. It seems like our saviour has come. As this person would be Mavis Vermillion, Fairy Tale's first guild master, though she was long dead, though technically still alive, as she was it was odd to explain. She is dead and alive. She's immortal but dead, but also alive. As should approach it, as then the child would open its eyes slowly and look around. The child looked like only the age of 6, as then it would look up and see sometimes Mavis go, you must be Naruto, the one that Hagoromo had told me he could possibly send to help. As Naruto would tilt his head and go, yeah, that's my name. Who are you? As she'd smile and go, well, I am Mavis Vermillion. Well, it's hard to say, as I am both dead and alive. My body is kind of in a crystal, so you could say I'm all kind of between dead and alive. Naruto would nod at this, and then he'd realise, wait, why do I sound so young? As Naruto would then feel something off as he'd immediately pull down his trousers, and he'd go, it's gone, as he'd rip it open and look down as he goes, I'm a girl? As Mavis would look at and go, well, I'm assuming then you's a boy, as should nod her, yeah, I was like 17, it was, what's today, well, today is X, 772, 10th of October, as Naruto would go, well, it's kind of my birthday, so yeah, should nod and go, well then, it's, nice, it's nice to meet you, as I've said before, I'm Mavis. I should help the young Naruto, the young 6-year-old Naruto up, as should look at her and go, well, I'd say you're around 6 years old. Naruto nod and go, well, am I? It's like, well, you're on Tendril Island, which is an island owned by the Guild Fairy Tale, and this planet is called Earthland. Naruto would nod at that and go, well, I was apparently meant to help out in something, as I should nod, well, that's coming in the future, apparently. I don't really know, though. He said he'd send someone, and here you are. He did send someone, so yeah. Though he also mentioned that you'd have the ability to learn our way of like energy that we use to manipulate the elements and do other stuff that you could possibly do with your own ways. And I would go, and what's your way called? It's like, well, we use a thing called, we absorb from the atmosphere a thing called ether nano that gets processed with our physical energy to make what we would call, I guess you'd call that in a way mana, or and then we use that, or magic as it's also called, to magic then to perform stuff like, say, like fire, or like, say, summon a sword out of thin air, or like even transform parts of, like, say, your body, or even do a full body transformation and transform into different animals or that. So in a way, it's like what you would use now to go, it's like chakra, but instead of you using your physical and spiritual energy, you use your physical energy and the world's and nature's spiritual energy, which would mix together in your body to create this magical ether nano whatever. So nod and go, well, that's right. Now to go, well, if I can use magic, then what magics are there? Is to start running through the different types of magic that young Naruto could learn, as so then land on one which is called Requip magic, as Naruto would go, Requip, what's that? As Mavis would stop and go, well, Requip is generally used with other types of magic, though Requip comes in two different forms. two different types. And there's one person that can take full advantage of Requip, whilst almost everyone else that uses Requip can only, say, change the weapon they use, be it some type of like gun with gun magic or with swords. And this person can use Requip to change their armor, that outfit they're on. So now to go, cool, could I learn that magic? I should blink, like, so you want to be a swordsman? Now to go, well, it would be one way, it'd be one way to like protect myself, as should think and go, well, yeah, you're right there. As should currently the Fox Kuruma would be asleep. I was being like thrown like to a completely different dimension. It's gonna take a lot out of you, or a different universe. So he's currently sleeping. So yeah. Anyway, so. And since then, a year had gone by since that first meeting, and yeah, she's now 7 years old, and Mavis had grown to, love her, really, like her, almost like her own child. I just saw. She was mentally now, like her mental age was 18, though her physical age was 7. And obviously she had taught her like how to read and write and spell in their language, in their way of writing, because whilst they share the same spoken language, they don't share the same writing language. So she taught Naruto the writing language, and she'd also had, well, not mastered Requip magic, though she can, well, around halfway through the year she'd finally gotten the hang, she'd finally managed to actually use Requip for the first time. As she'd stored a simple, like, basic iron sword in the Requip space, and had been trying to summon that, and she'd finally done that, as Mavis had gone and ordered pretty much two swords of that, and two wooden swords, and like a kind of basic armor with the fairy tale pretty much emblem engraved into them. She'd only done them basic and not magical due to the fact that just in case she couldn't, and thus it wouldn't be a waste of like money and a waste of time, because obviously likewise normal armor was, well, generally easier to make, because magical armor required generally like a person that knew how to make the armor, but also could use magic as well. So they were generally kind of rarer, though, but also higher quality, and generally like the clothes, like almost all basic enchantments made from them generally, like the most basic one would be that they would fit to the user, be it whoever it is. So like it didn't matter, say, if they had the clothes sense when they were, say, young and flat chested, if they were a girl, and then they grew to C, D, double D, triple D, got breasts, it would grow with them and change. where it changed slightly to obviously fit them. And yeah, and so after she'd managed to do that, she'd then pretty much sealed her armor, like her basic armor, into it, and she tried summoning it, and like 2/3 of the year had gone by. She then decided one day to do re-equip as her hand glue, which meant glowed golden, which would be where the sword came out from. As she then think just I should breathe, calm. I should think just let it flow throughout me. Let it go all around me. And she'd picture her armor, like she wants the only armor in there though. As then her body would start to glow gold, and 20 seconds later, when her body started to go gold, her back and head had arched, though not in pain or pleasure, just arched from the magic coursing throughout in her entire being. As then 20 seconds later, the golden light would fall as she would appear wearing her armor, as Mavis was stunned. As she'd go, how, Naruto-chan, how did you manage to do it, figure it out? As Naruto would go, hee, well, I thought instead of constantly trying to do say re-equip and just say re-equip and say an armor, say summoning, say my chest piece on my chest, instead I decided, because I don't summon my sword to be in my hand, that's just where the glow comes, and that's where I grab it. So instead I decided to let it flow throughout me instead of say restricting it to I want it say at my hand. I instead let it flowed throughout me, and then I pictured my armor, the armor I wanted, the only armor I have in there, but I thought, just in case, say I have many, say other clothes in there and armors as well, I pictured that, and then it worked. And just Mavis would nod and go, well, I'd have to say though, it's good though, you'd need to speed up your re-equip. It took you 20 seconds. Naruto would nod and go, well, yeah, I will. I'm gonna now I can do it. I'll train, and I was Mavis would think, well, guess it would be, well, I'll also order you some basic armor though, magical armor. So instead of say once you say grow say a bit taller, because once you grow say out of that, Naruto, you'd have to throw it away though. Magical armor and magical clothes in general, some of the most basic enchantments on them are generally to fit the user. So they would grow with you. Naruto would nod like that and go, well, okay then. And Mavis would go, well, do you want to maybe design? I should shake her head. When it's something like this though, I should to her head though, what? Well, maybe something with say a skirt and boots maybe, or something else. Should think and go, well, how about how about you go off to the store? I'll come with you. We'll say look around, like say like some shoes, like say shoe stores and that, so you can get the say idea on what type of shoes, and obviously like clothing store, so you find the right boots and skirt you want, and then you can then go to the come back, and I will then order the magical gear, and it would be your first basic armor, and I'll also order an enchanted sword alongside it. I'll order 2. I should not do I had 2. Why 2? Mavis Chan should smile and go, wow, Naruto, because one would be your basic one, another one would be, well, it will be something, I'll tell you that. I'm not going to spoil the surprise, as Naruto should puff out her cheeks and go, not fair. They should giggle a bit and go, well, you just have to wait and see Naruto now, won't you? It just nod, and Mavis should smile, and so after, well, it started getting late, so they'd got some food, ate, they'd also find a kind of natural hot spring slightly, so she'd kind of gone in there, washed up before she'd entered, then dried, and she'd put on her night clothes, then she'd go, hey, Mavis Chan. Mavis go, yeah, no Chan, well, I was just thinking, now I can use re-grip, how about I just throw all my clothes in there? It pretty much save a lot more space, and like when I just want, say, a different outfit, I can just re-grip it. Maybe I should think and go, it'd have to be, you could, though, once you outgrow it, it'll probably be a bit hard, so how about instead we have on that, say, when you go, you can point out, say, some different clothes you like, and I'll order them in, like, say, to have the magic enchantments put on them, so that when they're in, say, your re-grip place, it will like repair and even like clean, so you don't have to worry about cleaning them. Naruto would nod and go, okay then. Should also nod as well and goes, I also ordered some other stuff, though, as you grow up. Though once you reach maybe 10 or 11, you'll definitely need possibly some upper support, so we'll then go out again and order you some bras and possibly even a bikini or that. Magical, of course, so it will grow with you. And I would also nod at that, and they would then go to sleep for the night. When they'd wake up, they'd do just that. And yeah, she'd also to help speed up, obviously, the her being able to switch between her armor and her normal outfit and her outfit. She would either like summon shadow clones, and her and Mavis figured that her shadow clones could, like, it picked, because it's a copy of whatever, say, she could do, so like the clones had also like their own pocket dimension, with that all like, so with everything the same, so it'd be like the same amount of money, though Though, funny enough, the only thing that was said between them was the money. Made sense. So like the money was the only thing. So if Naruto had like say 1,000 Ryu and a clone had spent 100, should then be at 900 Ryu. I think it's called Ryu. Oh well, you guys will tell me in the comments down below, I hope. Anyway, and yeah, so after that she'd then, well, yeah, she'd also done it to sort of speed up it, and since then 5 years had gone by. She was now 12, as Mavis had kind of Mavis had like kind of told her that she should say leave and go to like the guild at 12, though she didn't want to leave. Like she was happy there. She obviously, the favourite time of the year was when the S-class trials of Fairy Tail would come around, because they'd always be situated on 10 Royal Islands, so they'd so for the, I think, week or so that it was on, for they would sit there and watch the S-class trials. Yeah, Markov had always had the feeling every time he went on the island that someone, like 1 or 2 people were watching him, though he could never pinpoint where they were. Yeah, and it was kind of annoying him to a slight degree, because it was every time it was on, like every time the S-class trials were on, he would have the feeling of people watching him. Didn't know why, but yeah, it was pretty much their favourite thing to see. And yeah, she'd also learned other magics, not just Recrypt. She'd learned how to do fire magic as well, wind. She'd learned how to do fire, wind, pretty much every element. So fire, wind, water, earth, and lightning. Yeah, well, not really earth magic, as to her, like even earth jutsu weren't really that great, though. She did also step into ice magic as well, a little bit, not much. Like, she's got clones, so she can practically make an army of clones. She can make, well, with her own chakras, she can make around 5,000 clones. With Kuruma's chakra as well, she can probably make up to 10, 15, 20,000 clones and have them all train in like the other types of magic there are, and then obviously dispel at the end of the day. So she did learn a couple, though she herself and obviously like 1,000 clones would work on Recrypt and pretty much generally be getting better at being a swordswoman, though obviously that was another reason why to go to the guild, because there's like people there, maybe even someone that also used the sword and could possibly even help her, with, because and help her with Recrypt and get it down maybe even faster, or help the other person, whoever it may be. Yeah, obviously she'd grown as as all females do in the right area. She's currently standing around a height of around 5 foot, dead 5 foot, with C-cup breasts, and obviously her armor, she'd had with the element she'd chosen to learn, she'd well, she'd gotten, say, like the metal, well, armor to kind of go with it, though generally it was just plain armor that was resistant to it, like be maybe say tinted, say like yellow for lightning and red for like reddish orange for fire and blue for water. There was no real customization to it, as well. Yeah, like it was, like, you know, yeah, she wasn't that great, and that was obviously another way to spice up her clothing, so that even if she was, say, in her maybe flame resistant armor, maybe it would look maybe like a fire dragon, like maybe a fire dragon, and like something else, so it looked more, say, more kind of like maybe daunting, so when she, like, it made her more scary. So yeah, she'd also, well, when she'd gone there, the other change had happened. She had lost her whisker marks as well. She still had her deep ice blue eyes, though her hair was red, in like in a nice, beautiful, bright red, Uzumaki red, as yeah, and also like long down to around her back to her butt. Around down to her butt. She generally had it in a ponytail. So yeah, she'd turn at Mavis and go, "Oh, I guess it's time that I go and join Fairy Tale Mavis." As she'd nod and go, "If you want, Naruto-chan, I can come with you." She'd kind of say, as Naruto would look at her and go, I thought you told me that I had to go by myself, that you had to stay here." As Mavis would kind of look around and go, "Well, I may have said that back then, but now Naruto would chuckle a bit and go, "Don't worry, Mavis-chan, you can come along." When we teasing us, Mavis would puff out her own cheeks and go, "Not funny." She'd chuckle a bit as they would go. Mavis can obviously float across the water, and Naruto-chan had kept up with obviously like her chakra control, so tree walking, water walking. She'd even like obviously done the Rasengan to keep up with her practice. The fox had awoke when she had done 8. As the fox had yawned, when she was 8, the fox yawned straight and go, "Ah, that was a nice nap." Woke and she went into her mindscape and go, "Oh, well, it's about time. It was about time, you furball, that you woke up." As the fox had just stared at an 8-year-old female Naruto. He just blinked and went, "Naruto, is that you?" And she'd go, "Well, yeah, it is me. It is me, Kuruma. Yeah." And it's like, "Did you have a nice 2-year-long nap?" As Kuruma gone, 2 years? I was asleep for 2 years. Should go, "Yeah, you was. I arrived when I was 6 and I'm now 8. It's like, "Wait, 6? It's like, "Yeah, the old man, well, remember the old man Six Paths did mention that I or we could possibly get younger, and it seemed like, well, he made us 11 years younger." 11? Yeah, that would put us at 6. Remember, I was 17 on that day. It was October 21st. Oh, right, and you were 17. Wait, so then I don't know why my Galcrummer. I don't know why. But I am, and I've kind of gotten used to it, though it did take me a couple of days to get used to how girls do things. Kumud, nodded at that in kind of understanding, though. Kumud then thought and gone, wonder if mine's changed. Yeah. And well, after 2 days of walking, Naruto and Mavis would be at the front of the front doors of Fairy Tale as Mavis would smile at her and nod as should kind of viewing, and how as currently should have a should be she wouldn't wear her armour. She isn't like hers that goes around walking in her armour every day. No, she'd be wearing should be wearing a white top with a white top with the pretty much on her shoulder blade the Fairy Tale Guild emblem sewn into it, and a pink pink like knee high, a pink knee length skirt with not sure what it's called, but it's like just below the knee, like around halfway between ankle and the knee, between those halfway stockings, which would be I would kind of just have like flowers on it, and should have kind of ankle, kind of ankle high, should be around ankle high boots, heeled boots, as why not, as they'd all obviously be like magically enchanted to pretty much fit the user, no matter how tall, how big they got in certain areas, it'd fit the user. With her beautiful long hair put in a high ponytail, and she'd let out a breath before she'd knock on the doors. Everyone inside would stop talking as she'd then open the door, as Makarov would pretty much be like the first, as the doors are opening, Makarov would look, as a lot of Fairy Tale members would be curious on who it is, so like the possibly maybe newest member. As I was naturally would go, no, they'd be curious, as she'd fully open the door as she'd step in, though they'd also notice a kind of floating figure near her. Marco would go, Mavis, as Mavis would go, hey there, third guild master. As everyone would go, what, isn't that? As Marco would go, yes, the person floating near that girl there is Mavis Vermilion, Fairy Tale's first guild master. As he'd step up to the front and go, now who may you be, young one? I should go, hey, Naruto Uzumaki. I should go, well, it's nice to meet you, Naruto, and I am Macroth Drea, Fairy Tale's third guild master, and I'm assuming you know who this is beside you, as should not. Yeah, I've been living with her for 6 years afterwards. I've been living with her for 6 years. She's been taking care of me. Just go, oh? It's like, yeah. And, well, she'd kind of pretty much dragged me here to become a member of my Fairy Tale. So she'd smile and go, well, guess that makes sense. After all, you've got the guild mark, well, or at least the, like, on your shirt. So come over to the bar over here and I'll give you the stamp. She'd nod and follow as everyone would just be staring at Mavis, as Mavis would like follow her, as he'd then like pull out the stamp and go, what, well, where do you like it and what colour? Should go, where do people normally have it? As you'd think, anywhere, my child, anywhere at all. We've got one member that's got it on their tongue, some have got it, one member's got it on their butt, their thigh, anywhere really. I should think for a moment before she'd go, well, on my right shoulder, should think in orange. He would nod as she'd pull out her top to, well, as Marco would then stamp the guild mark, and after he had more of like pulled it up, there was, I should look at it and see the orange Fairy Tale, well, the Fairy Tale guild mark in orange on her. She'd smile at it. So Mavis would nod at her and go, well, it seems like you've finally become a member of Fairy Tale after 6 years. She'd go, hey, well, I wanted to wait for another at least couple more years and get stronger. My club would chuck at that and go, well, do you mind telling me what type of magic you use? She'd nod and go, well, I actually use, I currently use 5 different types of magic. Someone go, what, you can use 5 different types? So nod, yeah. Well, I guess maybe more than 5, maybe even 6. I use fire magic, wind magic, water magic, lightning magic, and ice magic. As Grey would go, she uses magic similar to mine. And my last magic, I guess, well, I used the Mavis recrypt, as I also then be interested in, as she also uses recrypt and has has wondered if there's any other person out there that can use it to her degree. As Marco would go, well, how good are you with the recrypt? Because we've actually got someone here who can use recrypt. I should think and go, well, I can recrypt my, well, clothes and my weapons, if that's what you mean by that. As I should go, so you can use like I can to like change your clothes and your like weapons. So not go, yeah. It's like, so you're a bit of a swordsman. And it's like, yeah, I've been training for 6 years after all. It's pretty much the first magic I learned was regrip. It took me half a year to learn how to regrip my sword. Once I could do that, it took me half the time to learn how to regrip my armor. Since then I've been practicing and then other types of magic as well. As they can not realize I should go, well, what type of what like well how like well what I was kind of scratch your head and like trying to figure out how to work and word it. As should go, do you mean like what armies I have? Should go, yeah, that's what I mean. I should go, well, I'll show you, I guess, my basic armor, and yeah, from there you pretty much figure out what my others look like. And should nod as then Naruto then say regrip as should then glow in the golden light of regrip that everyone is kind of grown to know of a full body regrip mage. As now there exists only 2 from 1 to 2. As then just as quick as it appeared, it vanished within 2 seconds. She'd regriped into her basic armor. Suddenly just looked at her and she's like, well, this is pretty much my basic armor. My basic armor. I've had it since I was around 7 years old. It pretty much grows with me. It's got a magic enchantment, so it will always fit me. It will grow with me. So as I grow taller and bigger in areas, it will grow and get bigger in those areas as well. As I would not that long ago, well, that's quite a good thing after all, as well, we girls can get quite big in certain areas now, can't we? And Nato would nod in kind of remembrance and how some of his friends once he'd returned from his training trip had just gotten me massive just had massive breasts and that. So Nato was quite happy with his own, and to be honest, he didn't really care if they grew any bigger. Yeah, as we'd go, as Nats would go, I'm all fired up. Let's fight. As would whack him on the head. Not right now. You've got some learning to do. As he'd go, but no buts, Natsu. And I don't want to, because everyone would chuckle at that. Before I would drag Natsu outside to learn, as should blinkers. Mark would go, well, I guess you'd need a place to live, am I right? As should nod and go, yeah, I don't really have any money either. I should go, oh, then who got you clothes? I should look at Mavis and point out Mavis. She got me all my clothes and armors. Mavis, as Makro would look at Mavis, and Mavis would just whistle and go, oh, listen to this as look more stylish. Mavis would go, what? I'm the first guild master after all, so of course I would use some more fairy tales money to get some clothes and armor and as for just saying, well, I guess pretty much only us after all can see you. Just go, well, yeah, the only person that could ever see me without, I guess there's really only two people that could see me without the guild mark. Smacker would go, what? I should go, calm down. One, I don't really want to say though, the second one was Naruto here. And, well, I always planned on trying to Fairy Tail to get the guild mark and become a true member of Fairy Tail. It'd go well. It's nice to meet you, and it then go, wait, where have you been living exactly? As Naruto would go, on Tendril Island for the past 6 years. So you'd then blink and so you'd then go, so you're the ones that's been watching this every time the S-Class trials come on. As though he'd simply nod head, yep, it's quite fun to watch. So that's why I always felt like people were watching. Finally figured it out. Yeah. The guild would erupt as I'd be more as the Fairy Tail actually has their own place called Fairy Hills. It's a place where only female mages can actually live. No males live there, so if you want to, Fairy Tail will will pay for it until you start, until you feel comfortable enough to start taking small missions. And if you want to, one of our more older people, some more stronger people would surely be helping and willing to go with you to complete the missions as well. So nod, and yeah, that's what I'm gonna end it, guys. So if you have enjoyed this part, if you enjoyed it so much and you want to see more of this, type in the comments that you want part 2, and I may just make part 2. So yeah, guys, stay safe and good